Suppose if I give you a matrix A whose elements are square matrix of order 3, then the determinant of this is written as det A, or this symbol, or sometimes referred to as delta also. This determinant, we give two vertical lines. Okay, this is what we call a determinant. Now see, a matrix will not have any particular value, okay, but a determinant will have a particular value, a number as its value. We should know how to evaluate a determinant. That is how to find the value of a determinant. Okay, so we'll see how to find out the value of a determinant. Now, if you see here the matrix B is there. This is a square matrix of order 2. The corresponding determinant is this similarly. Okay. Now, first what we define is called the minor of a determinant. Now, what do you mean by minor of a determinant? See here, suppose if I take the determinant delta is equal to 5, 20, 0 and -1, this determinant, then the minor of this determinant is minor of each element of the determinant is defined as the determinant that is obtained after removing the ith row and the jth column of that particular element. For example, if I want to calculate the minor of, say, this element is which element? A11, right?
Sir,
A11. Tell me.
delta means a small change, no?
Delta is used for determinants also. There are two kinds of delta, this delta and this delta. Okay, both means change. Okay, this is capital delta and this is the small delta. Both mean change, and we use delta to denote determinants also. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
minor of each element. Say, but I consider this element in the first row, first column. So what I'll do here is I see that the 5 belongs to the first row, so I will cancel the first row, right? And 5 belongs to the first column, so I will cancel the first column. What am I left with? I'm left with -1. So this is the minor of this element. Okay. Similarly, suppose if I want to evaluate the minor of, let's say this time, suppose if I want to this element, this is the element A12, right? I want to evaluate the minor of this element. And what will I do? This element belongs to the first row. So I will hide the first row and I will hide the second column. Since it belongs to the second column, I'm left with 0. You will get 0, minor of this element. Minor of A13, say this element. This is the element A13. So what I'll do, I'll hide this row and I'll hide this column. So I'm left with 20. So this is minor of this element is 20. Okay. This is how you evaluate the minors. And the last element, say not this is not A13, this is A21. This element is A21. Second row, first column. Similarly, minor of A22, I want to evaluate. See here, I have I rewrite this 5, 20, 0, and -1. So -1 belongs to this row, so I will cancel out this row and this column. So I'll cancel out this column. What am I left with? I'm left with a 5. Okay. So this is how you evaluate the minor of a determinant of order 2. Okay. Let us see how to evaluate minors of elements of determinants of order 3. Let us consider this determinant. Let us consider this determinant. I want to evaluate the minor of this element. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hide this row and I'm going to hide this column. What am I left with? I'm left with this 5071.
5071.
So this determinant becomes the minor of this element here, 0. Okay. Next, if I want to evaluate the minor of, say, this element, then what am I going to do? I'm going to hide this column and I'm going to hide this particular row. So I'm left with 1, 3 and 0, 1. So this is what this determinant is what I'm going to get. Okay. Okay. So now suppose I want to evaluate the minor of this element here. Okay. I will hide this row, this column and this row. I'm left with 1537. So this becomes my minor. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you do for each element, right? You can calculate the minor of each element in this particular
So
manner. Tell me.
why for each element? Then we have 9 elements, so there will be 9 minors.
Yes, there will be 9 minors. Why for each element? Because we want to evaluate the value of the determinant with the help of these minors. Okay, we'll require these. Okay, so these are called the minors. There will be 9 minors of this determinant of order 3. Okay, and we can evaluate each minor. And how do you evaluate actually? Actually, what you do is you put a finger. Suppose if you want to evaluate the minor of this element, right? So you put a finger on this row and you put a finger on this column. So what are you left with? You're left with 0, 6 and you're left with 3, 1, right? So this is what we are getting. Okay, this is how actually we do. So you see, I've calculated the minor of each element here. Okay. Next, we come to a very important definition, which is called the cofactor of each element. Now we have defined minor of each element. Now we'll define the cofactor of each element. Let us consider this determinant 5, 20, 0, and -1. Okay. This element here is A11, right? The cofactor of A11 is -1 to the power of which row and which column does it belong? It belongs to the first row and the first column. So first row and first column into the minor of A11. Understood? So what happens? -1 to the power of 1 plus 1 is a square, -1 square, right? And what is the minor of this? If you hide this row, this column and this row, you're left with only a -1, isn't it? So what are you going to do? -1 whole square is +1 and into -1 will give you a -1. Okay. Next, if I want to evaluate the cofactor of say 20, this element here. Okay, how will I evaluate? Let me just rewrite the determinant. 5, 20, 0, -1. If I want to evaluate the minor of this element, this is the first row, second column element, right? So minor of A12, a minor of 20, A12 equal to 20 is how much? -1 to the power of, it belongs to the first row, see here, A12, right? First row and the
First row,
second column. And now if you hide this row and this column, what are you left with? 0. So minor of this element is, cofactor of this element is 0. Now if I want to evaluate cofactor of A21 equal to 0, that is I want to evaluate the cofactor of this element, is -1 to the power of, belongs to the second row, first column, into the minor of this. So you hide this row and this column. What are you left with? 20. So you get -1 cube into 20, which is -20. And similarly, the cofactor of A22 is equal to -1 is -1 to the power of 2 plus 2 into this minor is 5. So this becomes -1 whole to the power of 4 into 5. which is simplified. So this is how you evaluate the cofactor. Now cofactor is simply is nothing but the minor with the sign. Okay, with a sign. And what sign does it depend on? It depends on the position of the element. Okay, so in a very general sense, you will see later that the sign of is of this order. If you can remember this, it is very useful. Plus, minus, minus, plus, right? If you remember this order of signs, it will help you calculate the cofactor very easily. Okay. Next, how to write the cofactors of a determinant of order 3 or higher. Let's say I have this determinant 0, 2, 6, 1, 5, 0, and 3, 7, 1. Say this determinant, call this delta. Okay, if I want to calculate the cofactor of E11 equal to 0 is, how do I calculate? First, this element belongs to the first row, first column. Now I'll hide this row and this column. What is the minor that I'm getting? 5, 0, 7, 1. Okay. Suppose I want to calculate the cofactor of A12 equal to 2. That is, I want to calculate the cofactor of this element is minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 2. And I'll hide this column and I'll hide this row. So I'm left with 1, 3 and a 0, 1. 1, 3, 0, 1. Right? And we can continue in this manner for each element. Okay. So what are you getting here? If you see minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 1 will give you a positive sign. So plus 5, 0, 7, 1. And here you will get minus 1, 3, 0, 1. Right? And similarly, you can calculate for each. You see here, calculation of cofactor of E13, this element, is minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 3 and into the minor. So now you hide this row and this column to get this determinant as the minor. So this is your cofactor. Okay. So I've calculated the cofactor of each. You can go through this. Okay. And as I told you, the signs for a determinant of order 2, the signs were in the order plus, minus, minus, and plus, right? For a determinant of order 3, you will find that the sequence of signs would be, if you remember this, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. If you remember the sequence of signs, it will be easier for you to calculate the value of a determinant. Okay, instead of calculating cofactor, taking minus 1 to the power of ith row and jth column. Okay, if you remember the sequence of these signs, it will be easier for you to calculate. Fine. So please remember the sequence. Next is the value of a determinant. Okay, how to find out the value of a determinant? With the help of the minors and cofactors, we can find out the value of a determinant. Okay, normally for a 2 by 2 determinant, we remember the shortcut method. But let me show you the actual method of calculation first. Okay, I want to find out the value of this determinant. Now, see, I want to find out the value of this determinant from this row. I choose this row. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll find out the cofactor of this element. So cofactor of minus 2. Cofactor of minus 2 is minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 1 into, or let me use the sign only instead of using minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 1. What is the sign here? The sign here is a plus sign, right? If you remember, give a plus sign into the minor of this element. What is the minor of this element? It is this element, minus 3. So plus of minus 3. So this is your cofactor, right? Cofactor of 1. Cofactor of 3, because we have chosen the first row. Cofactor of 3. This element. What is the cofactor? What is the sign here? It is a minus sign. So give a minus sign. And in order to find out the minor, hide this row and this column, you get minus 1, right? Now, the value of a determinant value of the determinant is equal to is nothing but the product of the sum of all the elements with its cofactors. Okay, and what does this mean? See, the cofactor of -2 is how much? -3, right? So what we do is -2, this element we take -2, right? And we multiply it with this cofactor of that element, -2 into -3, and give a plus sign. Next, we have found out the cofactor of this element. So we take this element here, 3, and we multiply it with this cofactor into -1. So the value of this determinant is 6 minus 3, which is equal to 3. Clear? How to find out the value?
Yes, sir.
Now you can not only find out the value of the determinant along the first row. See, in this way, what have I done? I have calculated the value of this determinant along the first row, right? I've chosen the first row. Let me now choose the first column. You can find it along the first column also. -2, 1, 3, -3. So let's see how to find out the value along this particular column. Okay, so delta is equal to, let me find out the cofactors first. Cofactor of -2. What is the cofactor? What is the sign here? The sign here is a plus sign. We give a plus sign.
Yes, sir.
And we delete this row and delete this column to get a -3. So the cofactor is -3. Cofactor of, next we want to calculate the cofactor of this element, 1, is
3.
equal to, what is the sign here? There's a minus sign here. So we give a minus sign. And we hide
-3.
this row, this column to get this. So we're getting -3 in both cases, right? So now what you do, the value of this determinant is, we have found out the cofactor of this element, -2. So we take -2, multiply by its cofactor, then plus, then we take this element, which is 1, and multiply by its cofactor, -3, right? This. So again, here you get 6 minus 3, which is equal to 3. So the value of the determinant is 3. Similarly, if you choose any particular row and any particular column, you can choose the second row also to find out the value of the determinant. You can choose the second column also to find out the value of the determinant. Okay. Any row
Yes,
and any column you can choose to find out the value of a determinant. But whatever row you choose, you have to find the cofactor of each element along that row. And then each element you multiply it by its cofactor and take the sum. You will find out the value of the determinant. But normally for a 2 by 2 determinant, this is the actual way of finding out the value. But for a 2 by 2 determinant, or for a determinant of order 2, what we do here is there's a small shortcut to find out the value. Okay. The shortcut comes from this only, that if you want to find out the value of this determinant, you multiply these two. Okay. You get -2 into -3, right? And then you subtract the product of these two. So 1 into 3. Is this clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. This is the way you calculate the value of, this is a shortcut in fact, to calculate the value of a determinant of order 2. Okay. Let us now move on to determinant of order 3. We proceed exactly in a similar manner. See here, the question here is, find out the value of the determinant in the specified row or column. Okay. This is the given determinant. 1, 3, -2. 4, 1, -1. 5, -3, 2. Okay. This determinant is given to you. We want to find out the value of this determinant along which column? Second column. They are specified to you. Okay. You can find it along any row or any column you want. Okay. But we have chosen the second column here. In fact, not second row. We have chosen the second column. That is, we have chosen this column here. Okay. So what do we do? We first find out the cofactor of each element along that column. So cofactor of this element 3. What is this? First of all, see the sign. What is the sign here as I told you? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, isn't it? See here, the sign here is a minus sign. So you give a minus sign. And since you want to find out the cofactor of this element, you hide this particular row and this particular column. So what are you going to get? What is the minor? 4 minus 1, 5 plus 2, right? And you know how to find out the value of this determinant? By shortcut, multiply these two. 4 into 2, you get 8. And multiply these two, you get minus 5. So minus of minus 5. You get how much? Minus of 8 plus 5, which is 13, minus 13. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
So cofactor of 3 we are getting as minus 13. Next we proceed to find out the cofactor of the next element. The next element here is 1. This. What is the sign here? It is a positive sign. So you give a positive sign. And now what you do? You hide this row and this column. What will you get? 1 minus 2, 5, 2. Right? And in order to find out the value of this determinant, you multiply these two. 1 into 2 is 2. Minus 5 into minus 2. Minus 5 into minus 2. Which is equal to 2 plus 10, which is equal to 12. Right? So we got the cofactor of this element also. Next we proceed to calculate the cofactor of this element. Cofactor of 3, minus 3. What is the sign? What is the position? Sign of this position here? This is a minus sign here, right? So we give a minus sign. Now, in order to find out the value of the find out the minor, we cancel out this row. We cancel out this column. What are we left with? 1 minus 2, 4 minus 1. And this is your minus of, you multiply these two. 1 into minus 1 will give you minus 1. Minus 4 into minus 2 will give you a minus 8. So this will become minus of minus 8. So this will become minus of minus 1 plus 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So you'll get minus 7. Okay. So once we have found out the cofactor of, because we needed to find out the value of this determinant along the second column, we found out the cofactor of each element along the second column, right? And now what we are going to do exactly the same way. See, the cofactor of 3 here is how much? Minus 13. So we are going to multiply these two. So therefore, delta is equal to the element here into its cofactor, 3 into minus 13, right? Next, what is the element here? 1. We are going to multiply with its cofactor. So 1 into 12, right? And plus, what is the element here? Minus 3 into its cofactor, minus 7. Okay, so we are going to get here minus 39 plus 12 plus 21, right? And you can find out the value to be minus 6 here. Is this clear? How to find out the value of a determinant of order 3? Because this
Yes,
is very
sir.
important, because you will be finding out the value of determinant in this way only. Okay. Now this method has been modified a little. Now you can see this example also. The second example, you can find out the value along the third column. Okay, I have worked it out. You can see it. Okay, this is exactly the same. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that you can find out the value of the determinant along any row or any column of your choice. Okay, now see here. Look at this determinant. Which column will you choose to find out the value of this determinant? Can you tell me? Which column should you choose?
First,
If you are
third
given the
column.
choice, third column. Why third column?
Because first element of that column is 0 and the last
Because
element, third element is 0.
see, two
So
elements of this column are 0. That is why. So what will happen is when you're multiplying this element with its minor, you'll get it as 0, right?
yes, sir.
Isn't it? The product will be 0. So if given a choice, we would obviously have chosen the third column to find out the value of the determinant. Okay. So you can choose any row on any column, but try to be a little judicious in your choice by seeing which column or which row has the maximum number of zeros. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So let's see how to find out the value of this determinant. Now see, we are not going to use the from the cofactor concept of cofactors and minors only. We can find out the value of determinant of a or determinant of order 3 in the following shortcut way. Okay, suppose this determinant, instead of using the concept of cofactor and minor each time, okay, in order to find out the value of a determinant, you can find out in the following shortcut way: 5, 1, 0, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 3, 2, 0. Okay, now listen to this very carefully. Okay, how to find out the value of this determinant? I choose a third row because I see a maximum number of zeros here to find out the value. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I must remember the sequence of signs: plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, right? Now, first element here is 0. So I give a plus and I write the element 0. Now I want to multiply this element with its minor. What is the minor here? I delete this row and this column. What am I left with? 2, 3, minus 3, 2, right? I choose the next element and I take a plus. So I have, what is the sign here? The sign here, if you see, is a minus sign. This position is a minus position, right? Minus, plus, and minus. So you have minus of minus 1, right? Because this is a minus position, so this will obviously be a minus sign. And because this element is minus 1, we write minus 1 into the minor of minus 1. What is the minor of minus 1? You cancel out this row and you cancel out this column. What are you left with? You are left with 5, 1, minus 3, and 2, isn't it? This is what you are left with. And next you choose this element here, plus. What is the sign here? It is a plus sign. So 0 into its minor. What is the minor of this 0? You cancel out this row, you cancel out this column. What will you get? You get 5, 1, 2, 3. This, right? So what are we getting here? 0 into all this will give you a 0, right? This minus sign will combine with this minus sign to give you a plus sign. Plus 1 into 5, 1, 3, minus 3, 2. Plus 0 into this will give you a 0. So what are you left with? You're only left with a determinant of order 2. You're only left with a determinant of order 2. So now in order to find out the value, you multiply these two. You get 10 minus of, and you multiply these two. So minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. So you get 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. Okay. Any question till this part, how to find out the value of the determinant?
So when we will multiply like 5 into 2, then we will get minus sign, right?
5 into 2 here. You're
5
talking about
into 2 minus 3. Okay.
minus of minus 3 because we are multiplying these two. Minus 3 into 1 will give you minus 3. And you give a minus sign here, right? Isn't it? So that is it.
Okay, sir.
Now let's see this. Question here is solve for x. Question number 1. Solve for x. This determinant is given to you. X 0, 0, 2, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4 is equal to 3. We want to solve for x. What we'll do? We'll expand this determinant. Along which row should we expand this determinant? Along which row should we expand this determinant? Or which column should we expand this determinant?
First row.
First row, because I see 2 zeros along this row, right? So what will I do? This is the plus position, this is the minus position, this is the plus position, right? So first I'll write plus x into the minor of x. What is the minor of x? 1, 3, 1, 4. How are we getting this? You delete this and you delete this, right? So you get 1, 3, 3, 4. Next, there's a minus sign. So give a minus sign. 0 into the minor of this 0. You delete this column and you delete this row. So you get 2, 3, 0, 4. And what is the next sign here? This is the minus sign here, isn't it? And what is the sign here? Is a plus sign. So give a plus sign. 0, the element into its minor. What is the minor of this? You delete again the first row and the third column to get 2, 1, 0, 1, right? Is equal to 3, right? So what happens? You simply get x into this determinant of order 2 because all the others vanish. This one becomes 0, this one becomes 0, isn't it? Is equal to 3. So therefore, what should now we can expand this determinant. How we find out the value of this determinant of order 2? You multiply these two, 1 into 4 to get 4, and you multiply these two, minus 3 into 1, which is 3, is equal to 3. That means you get x is equal to 3. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Moving on to the next problem. Expand and simplify. So number 2, I start by saying let delta is equal to 1 x y 0 cos x sin y and 0 sin x cos y. Okay, I want to find out the value of this determinant. Which row or which column should I choose? I should choose the first column, isn't it? To find out the value of this determinant because I see there are 2 zeros along this column, right?
Zeros are there.
So what are the signs here? I have a plus sign here, minus, plus. I have a minus, plus, minus. I have a plus, minus, plus, right? So this is the
Right.
sign that I'm getting here. So first sign is plus. What is the element here? 1. Now what is the minor of 1? You delete the first row and you delete the first column. You get cos x sin y into sin x cos y. What about the other minors? Don't worry about them because they are all zeros. They will vanish, right? So this is the only thing that you are going to get. Only determinant of order 2. So how to find out this value? You multiply these two. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the connection just went. So just give me a few seconds. Now, as I was saying here, that this element 1 into its minor. So the sign here is plus sign, so you give a plus sign, and this element here 1 multiplied by its minor. So minor here is cos x sin y, sin x cos y, right? And all the other minors, they will vanish because they are zeros, right? Whatever you get plus, you'll get minus 0 into, because there's a minus position. So minus 0 into something, right? And here you will get plus 0 into something. They will obviously disappear. You don't need to find out. Okay. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to multiply these two to get cos x cos y minus product of these two, sin x sin y. And from compound angle, you know, this is cos x plus y. And that is the value. Okay. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Next question is, if one root of this determinant, if one root of this equation, in fact, 7, 6, x, 2, x, 2, x, 3, 7. This is the equation given. And it is given that one root is x is equal to minus 9. Find the other roots. So first of all, what we are going to do here is we are going to expand this determinant. Okay. How to expand? Write down the sequence of signs. Right. So let us expand along the first row, because there are no zeros. You can choose any row, any column you want. Let us choose the first row. So 7, right? Into its minor, plus 7, obviously, because this is a plus position, into its minor. What is the minor here? X, 2, 3, 7, right? Next is a minus position. So you give a minus sign. Element here is 6. So you write 6. Multiply by the minor of 6. What is the minor of 6? You delete this row, this column. You get 2, 2, x, 7, right? Next is a plus position. So you give a plus sign and you have an x, right? X. And then you delete this column and you delete this row. What are you going to get? 2, x, x, 3. All this is equal to 0. So we have simply done nothing but expand the determinant along the first row. Okay. So you can write here, expanding the determinant along R1. Next, we are going to find out the value of each of these determinants of order 2. 7 into x, 7x, minus 3 into 2, which is 6, minus 6, 7 into 2, 14, minus 2 into x, 2x, plus x, 3 into 2, 6, minus x into x, give you x square equal to 0, right? Now you simplify this, you get 49x minus 42 minus 64, or rather 84, and plus 12x plus 6x minus x cube is equal to 0. Now you are going to get a cubic equation here, right? So you're going to get minus x cube. You have plus 49 here, you have plus 12 here, and you have a plus 6 here. So this is 67, I think, plus 67x, right? And what else you are going to get? Minus 42 minus 84. This is 128 is equal to 0, right? This is what you're going to get. So 126, this is not 128, this is 126 if you add up. 126 is equal to 0. So now you can take the minus sign common, write it as x cube minus 67x plus 126 is equal to 0. That means x cube minus 67x plus 126 is equal to 0. So this was the given equation actually. Okay, they had given you this equation in the form of a determinant. So we expanded determinant, found out the value of this determinant, right? Now what is given here? X is equal to minus 9 as a root. Now if x is equal to minus 9 as a root, of x cube minus 7x plus 126 is equal to 0. That means by factor theorem, what can you say? X plus 9 is a factor of this cubic polynomial, x cube minus 67x plus 126. How do we find out the other factors? Divide. So we divide x plus 9 by, x cube minus 67x plus 126 by x plus 9, right? So if you divide, first of all, you're going to get an x square here, so that you're going to get x cube plus 9x square, right? Subtract. This cancels. So you get here minus 67 and minus 9. You're getting here. So that means this is going to give you a 76 minus 76 x square plus 126, right? So now you multiply this by minus 76x. So you get minus 76x square. And how much is 76 into 9? You're going to get minus 76 into 9. 4, and this is 15, 8, 684. So you're going to get 684 here. Okay. So again, if you subtract, this will cancel. So this is not divisible.